Anything other I should speak on?
Well, let's just keep going.
Okay. Part of that year too would be make sure to get in appropriate physical shape. The Navy's requirements for in terms of physical standards are pretty low. Like I could just pass it now easily.
So it's the Navy you're joining?
Right, and the Marines are technically part of the Navy. But as a corpsman, it would just be you would be actually part of the Navy, and just stationed with Marines. You know, you'd work with Marines because they don't have their own medics. But so part of the key element of that is, yeah, the Navy's physical requirements are not too huge. Marines are significantly higher, and since I would have to keep up with Marines, you know, obviously, those are the people I'd be working with, and would have to earn their respect, and above all, carrying a medic's pack, which is heavier than most of theirs, and can't be tired because you never know when one of them is going to, you know, fall out, get tired, pass out, get dehydrated, get injured, whatever. You know, I can't be lagging behind. I have to be capable, you know, in any given situation of doing my job. So I would take that year to make sure that I was at a Marine level of physical fitness, which I'm certainly not by any means. But I could definitely do that in a year. Chicago is really nice. This is roughly where I'm meeting. Chicago is really nice. You can run along the lakeshore, you know, for example. I always liked it a lot. It's a neat city. So.
Where are you going to meet your uncle?
Just right around this intersection. He's apparently parking somewhere. Actually, I have a while though. I have like 25 minutes.
Yeah. I feel the need to continue.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess what it comes down to is a lot of people are not that hugely thrilled about the decision, but they recognize that I have to do what I feel is the right thing to do. Not really morally, but well, morally. I mean, certainly the job of a medic is not something, you know, that would attract a bloodthirsty killer. You know, so I think it's a it's rock now. It's a moral job. I think it's a moral occupation. And as far as my political leanings, though I don't relish being part of, you know, some sort of war machine, I realize I'm certainly not going to slow it down or stop it. It's an impossibility. And might as well do the best that I can in that situation. When your hands are tied, you know, when one's hands are tied. Sure, it was just, but my problem with it is that it's not that whole rationale that's often used for
I know it's
sending troops to places like, toppling the Taliban or sending troops to Mogadishu, whatever. And it's true. I do think there is some value to using military in the service of humanitarian aid. But the problem is it's not applied consistently.
yeah,
So,
or
I mean, I would
abused.
have, like, I would have less of a problem. I would have less of a problem if, for example, if either we were completely isolationist or intervened in all humanitarian events. But the reality is it's only done, the humanitarianism thing is, or toppling a very unjust regime, which the Taliban was, and goofy, destroying the Buddhist statues and whatnot.
Yeah,
Don't even see the point. But, it's just not applied consistently. It's used as a rationale, but it's never the reason. The reason is for, personal gain, essentially.
well,
National gain.
You can-
National gain, not personal.
you can say that rationale applies to everything.
What?
That you only do something unless it's
Oh, sure. But I think it would be more just if it were either always or never. If
Oh.
you see what I'm saying.
always or never.
Because then it would at least be consistent. As in be completely isolationist or always, every humanitarian crisis, send some troops to calm it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
It's just used as an excuse in speeches and things. But it's never the core reason behind it. So that's my feeling on it. And as far as, securing, as far as keeping Afghanistan stable and whatnot, it's not stable right now, and it wasn't before. I mean, to apply the idea that we have of like a stable central federal government that regulates everything to a place like Afghanistan is a little bit ridiculous, simply because for God knows how long the country has been ruled by, well, warlords is sort of a derogatory term for them, but
Yeah.
in the sense of people who gain a great deal of personal power and, fight among each other and divide up their little parcels of territory. And to attempt to impose on that, which is just sort of how it works there, how they live, this concept that we have of, everyone should have a central, stable national government, is a little, far-fetched. Not very realistic.
yeah,
Just because there's so many... The way... what's his name? Hamid Karzai, right? Is that the leader of Afghanistan? Anyway.
I don't know
Kabul's
names very well.
Kabul's the central city in Afghanistan, and he's basically been described as he's not so much the president of Afghanistan, he's just the mayor of Kabul, because that's the only area that is sort of stable federal rational government. But the reality is he has only a fraction of the power base in that country. I mean, most of the rest of the country is still ruled by warlords who, they're allowed to continue to exist because for their own personal benefit, they ally with the United States. But what it comes down to is really just powerful people working together to achieve their own goals.
So,
So, yeah. That is pretty much my feeling.